Coming up on the next episode of the Celsius Pod.
If I was in a room with Bob Iger and David Zaslav and you, Beck, and I had 2 bullets, I would shoot you twice.
And I prophesized that in my mind while I was sleeping.
I heard one line, like, explaining what the movie was, and then everything kind of, like, clicked all together, and I'm like, this movie is a masterpiece.
We're so over. There's a smidgen of a chance that we could be so back, but we're not so back right now.
Guys, what's 21 times 3?
21
20 times 3 is 60.
3.
63.
4.
Oh, you said 21?
I said
Oh.
21. And
Hey,
guys,
Beck,
it's
I don't know how to
episode
count.
63.
It's 64, Beck.
What?
Um,
Oh shit, it
You
is.
straight gas.
48
Guys, what's 8
degrees.
times 8?
It's 8 times 8,
17.
guys.
okay, guys.
21 times
weather
3.
in Ithaca is currently 48. It's actually been pretty nice.
Wait,
That's how
give me a
cold it is
sec.
here.
I got the weather.
Guys, no, I have to say Serbia. I have to say Serbia.
I already said it back. It's 48
But-
also.
But you guys are missing the most important one. Serbia is currently 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, but no one cares about Serbia.
Tell that to Nikola Tesla.
But guys,
Yeah, that's
it
what I
is
thought.
currently
Is he
31
Serbian?
degrees in Boulder,
Yeah.
Colorado, and snowing.
Why do you think
Wow.
everybody from is named Nikola in Serbia?
I don't know. I thought it was like
Speaking
Muhammad.
of Serbia, Nikola, do you want to tell us about the company car we're getting?
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys
tell us
seen
so?
this beauty?
I want to buy this motherfucking racing car.
All right,
Great.
let me pull up the
It
image of
is
it.
No, I already have it. It
Like,
is
guys, I think this would work great.
absolutely
You know, us three, we pull
gorgeous.
up in this.
In the 4-speed manual, you go. Look at that. That's hype right there.
And
See,
I'm the only one that drives.
No, but can you drive a
I'm
manual?
no,
gonna
I
I
can.
mean, this thing is buttery
No,
smooth
next
to
time
drive.
we're all
Nikola
together,
told
I'm
me
probably
so.
gonna be able to. Next time we're all together, I'm probably gonna be the one that's able to drive.
You mean like
Yes.
in like 2 days?
Yeah,
So I
please
want- so-
hurry up. I don't want to be the driver anymore.
Wow.
No, Aiden, that's your job. You're our chauffeur.
No, but
So,
you ain't even
I
ready for
wanna-
the
I
interior.
wanna-
You ain't
I
even
wanna-
ready. Wait.
I want
You
a
gotta see the
Nikola
interior.
truck. I want a Nikola truck and I want a Tesla. So those
No,
are
my car is a
Yeah.
Porsche or a. It just has to be some type
Is
of
it
fast
Nikola
car.
trucks like the ones that are like a literal scam?
AMs.
The
Yeah.
ones that don't work, the ones you have
Yeah.
to roll down the
No,
hill.
yeah, you just
yeah,
get the
we act-
Tesla to throw the
Oh, the
the
brake the
Nikola.
brake discs are
Bro,
a little
look,
bit rusty.
look at the brakes on that, Aiden. It's perfect.
The brake discs
Mm.
are a little rusty.
It's like the brakes on
Yep.
my bike.
Okay.
Mhm.
But
Beck,
the interior is absolutely gorgeous.
Yup.
Spacious,
It is
very
disgusting.
brown.
Yummy.
Hey, and they swapped the interior engine to a 1.5 liter Fiat engine. So that shit's gonna be a rocket ship, unironically.
Are,
It
are
would
you?
actually blast off.
Does it come with doors?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
it
that's
does
cool.
come with doors.
okay, so Beck,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to get straight into movies immediately. I want to decompress with an InFocus story. So decompress me,
Okay.
please.
So, as you guys know, tomorrow is Lunar New Year.
Yep.
Oh.
As it comes out a week after.
So during one of the manager meetings, they were like, okay, but what if we do like a special intro for Lunar New Year? And I'm like,
Oh, I saw that.
you know, I can do a special intro for Lunar New Year. So I built the intro to have like a template where I could change the colors of like the background and the 2 stripes.
Oh, so you can do it for any holiday.
I can do it for any holiday. Like
basically.
I'm planning on doing one for Valentine's Day.
That's really
Oh.
smart.
But yeah,
Hate that
so I
holiday.
have
You
the
mean the
red,
Indonesia election day.
maybe like patriotic colors, like red, white, and blue.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not even going to be in there during election day, is he?
No.
No.
Oh, the entire intro is gonna be lost because it needs like so many files to work, and those are only on my computer. That's gonna be fun. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
Nikola-
emailing me.
Nikola-
I'm like, college. Hey, do you got an
No,
intro?
Don't worry. Beck, you gotta
The
think about
quality
this.
of InFocus drastically decreases once
Yeah.
you
To
move
be
away.
fair, the
I mean, it
people
would make
who
sense.
ran in
Yeah, I have to
focus,
keep giving InFocus stories senior year, so you guys
Yeah,
can see
you
how
got-
far the
the-
quality dropped.
the people who run in focus right now were 11th graders when I was in the 12th grade. So now they will also be gone after Beck leaves. So now
Yeah.
they're gonna run. The two big heads that are running it are gone too. So it's gonna be nothing next year technically.
Well, I have faith.
So Beck, tell us how you made a racist
It's
graphic
not racist.
for
It's not
It is
racist.
extremely insensitive, Beck. I'm not even
Okay.
gonna lie.
So no, first what I did was I had the simple. It was red. It was yellow. It was the Lunar New Year colors, and then I got a ton of comments being like, "You need to add like something else to make it more clear Lunar New Year." So they're like, maybe just add like a dragon or something. So
Sure, that's pretty
Sure.
cool.
on
That's pretty
Wednesday, on Wednesday they're like, "Okay, it needs to
I mean,
air.
it's Year of the Dragon.
It needs to air Thursday." So I'm like, okay, during this entire period, I'm gonna need to learn how to animate this entire dragon that's gonna fly around. So I'm doing that, I'm like, this might need some good music with it. So I go and I ask someone like, hey, can you go find me some music while I make this dragon? And then he sends one to me in Slack.
You know what? You know that little infographic you have at the ending of your movie of the rowboat? You should somehow find a way to include that in the
The
intro show.
rowboat.
The InFocus news.
Okay,
You should make a
explain to
rowing
me
segment
the intro that requires the rowboat.
for your rowing segment.
Of
A
course.
rowing segment.
You should, your next segment on InFocus News should be on rowing.
Okay.
You know what?
I can point you to every single person that rows at Pally at NorCal Crew.
Okay, but so
You can also just air the trailer for NorCal Crew.
okay, so I asked for music, and then he sends me this, which is like, wait,
You cannot hear it
can't hear
back. You cannot hear it back
Yeah.
at all.
bro.
But anyway, it goes.
Okay, we'll play it over this.
Your phone
Dong
ringing.
dong
Your phone
dong
ringing.
dong dong do.
So
It's
okay,
just the Oriental riff.
Yeah.
No, I can actually tell you exactly what it was because my mic will probably pick it up, so I can probably play it.
So it's on YouTube, and like the file is really called like Lunar New Year music copyright free. And so I put it
Of
in there,
course.
and I'm like, this is very culturally insensitive. So I ran it through a lot of people in the class.
This sounds like Fruit Ninja music.
It
Yeah.
literally is. I mean, it's royalty free. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Actually, you guys can even just watch the intro.
Oh, you just have it pulled up. Yeah, but like
Look
I
at
did
this
all that,
racist
and then like at least keep it for the dragon part, which that took me like the entire class period to do.
The dragon's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at him go.
Yeah, look at that little racist graphic go.
All right, turn off before you show random people on our
Yeah.
Oh
But
no, we just doxed our school.
and then I'm like, okay, it seems fine. I got it aired. I got it greenlit by a lot of people. And then it airs, and then just Nikola immediately texts me like 2 seconds. Did you make that intro? It might be a bit culturally insensitive. I'm like,
I mean,
yeah.
I recognize the signature Beck Lions.
That's the
animation.
thing. If you know me, I made that.
Yeah,
And
Beck has
then
a
no
very
one else in
distinct
InFocus like
style.
has the ability to like animate a dragon like that or make an
That's what I'm
intro like
saying.
that.
It's actually the quality is gonna drop off so severely when you leave InFocus.
But
Yeah.
I still think maybe I'm glad I did it. Maybe just next time change the music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have.
Dong dong
Yeah.
dong.
Your phone ringing. Your phone ringing. Pick up
Okay,
the phone,
wait.
big
With
boy.
the Oriental riff, while we're on that, there's this really good song that uses it as like a guitar solo. It's called "Turning Japanese," and it's really fire.
Makes
Speaking
sense.
of
Type
turning
song recommendation.
red, it's being
But back-
re-released in theaters.
Why?
Beck,
Why?
that was insensitive.
Talking
You-
about turning red. Joe Biden just won the election.
Do you think
Okay,
they're
but-
gonna mention 9/11 in the movie? Like
I
they should
think
have.
in the re-release they're gonna address the criticism. Big scene, they're all mourning 9/11.
yeah, just
Yeah, and they're gonna be
in
like,
Canada, in
and they're gonna be like,
2002.
they hit the Pentagon.
But Beck, do you have any more InFocus stories? Like, did you do the video production presentation? Or is
No,
that...
because it was supposed to happen Friday, and I forgot I was not going to be at school on Friday, so we're doing it next week.
Okay.
You know, I'm just
Hey,
kind of
hey.
like we need to build up to this. It's a big confrontation. It's me doing a
This is
random
Beck.
presentation.
We all know how Beck because I won't say where he did this, but Beck, we were hanging out, me, Aiden, and Beck, and so Beck told this whole long story, like the 40-minute version of it, and he went from like A to B to C to D.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was
a
a
big
long
story.
explanation.
Yeah,
It could be in a movie on its own, like just going over all the events.
I could just Beck needs to do like a video essay just covering.
we should make a
It should just be
documentary.
just clipping together all the different stories.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
But,
kind of like in a mockumentary style, you know.
Oh.
But
Is this in response to that one comment I found on it?
But so this would be the final chapter of the story.
We say that every time.
We
and
do say that.
somehow it keeps coming back.
Okay, because in 10 years we'll find that
10 years we're at the Oscars. Guess who's presenting the Oscars?
Celsius podcast host. Celsius
Yeah.
podcast Oscar host Nikola Kristen.
Yeah, no, because guess what, guys? I think Beck is gonna turn his life around. He's gonna become an actor, and he's gonna win Best Actor for a movie called, I don't know, school jams. And Beck's like a really like old teacher, and he's all like, I'm gonna teach you students how to learn math.
Wait, I swear. Unironically, that's the plot that was brought up as an example one time of like a good film.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
just-
that's just School of Rock, but like lame.
This is also
Yeah.
just stand and deliver, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that was really shown as an example in that class of like, guys, this is a good film. You should make film like this.
What
Yeah.
about one where a guy teaches poetry?
And it's like they're dead, but like they're a
Wow.
society.
That's Society? Wow. I love Society.
And like one
Go to
kills
Society
himself at the
Channel
end.
right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Beck is definitely gonna win Best Actor. Nikola is gonna have a little surgery, so he's gonna win Best Actress.
Okay.
Aiden is gonna win Best Cinematography, but they don't show that in the awards. So yeah.
It's because it's animated,
he's gonna
so
win-
they don't,
he's
so I
gonna
don't
win Best
qualify for anything
Casting.
else.
I'm gonna win Best Casting. I casted Beck and Nikola as like
Yeah.
toward love affair, yeah. So Beck, I think
Yeah.
you will get an EGOT. I think you will win.
I am gonna
Emmy,
go for it.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar,
An
Tony.
EGOT? He's gonna get
Okay,
an
but
EGOT?
like,
Hell yeah.
do all of them need to be for acting?
No.
You just have to have
Yeah.
them.
You just need to have them. Okay, guys.
I don't know how
So
you
here's
get
what I
a
do.
Tony for
I just
acting.
wait, guys. This is so easy. So first, you write a really good musical.
Mhm.
The original song wins you a
Like, it ain't looking
Grammy.
Good for you, man.
The
True.
musical wins you the Tony. You do
Yeah.
a movie adaptation of the musical. That gets you the
Mhm.
Oscar. And then you
And then
do
you do
a
a
TV
TV adaptation.
spin-off that gives you the Emmy.
Wow, that's thinking smart. Think
Yeah,
smart.
Now
not
I need
hard.
a banger musical ideas. Give me the best ideas you guys got. Aiden.
A really ugly guy, but he's really big and hairy. And then there's this girl, and she becomes a prisoner of him. And then there's this really awesome guy, and he hates women.
How about Invincible the music? Mark, what would you have after 500 years?
That's an Uri
I'd
moment right
still
there.
have
Alright, Nikola.
you.
All right. What?
What's your musical idea?
Oh, I don't have one.
need-
Maybe
you need to
boys
come
in
up
the
with one,
maybe
bro.
boys in the boat. Maybe boys in the boat
The
musical.
musical?
The murder of Al Urbixon musical.
So true.
Bro, and it's a one-man play.
Oh wait, Beck, we have
Oh,
the
man.
perfect story in front of you. What's the only story you know how to tell?
Did we
True.
talk
Colonel
about?
Judge.
Did we? I'm
The
just saying.
storming
Did
of
we,
September 9th story. Oh, the September 9th.
did
he
we talk
shot my
about
movie
the
down.
comment
I
on
do
the
want-
Instagram Reels?
I do want to at least make one film in like the next 4 years that's a musical. I don't know
I
how
would
to
love
write
to-
music.
Can I do it with you?
Yeah. For parents
figured
this year,
it-
it's a musical.
I came to
Okay,
this
but-
realization. I have no idea how to make music, but I do know how to make noises with my mouth. So I will be a one-man a cappella band.
Acapella?
Yes.
You get a harmonica.
Okay, have we
we
talked about
harmonica
that
and a
random
kazoo.
comment
Nicola
I
can do the
found on
drum like in
Instagram?
rowing.
Did I find that, like-
that's the one instrument I play. Don't let him have that.
I can play guitar. I literally play guitar.
Alright,
I don't know if
guys,
you know
we
that.
have
I
a
play
fire
guitar.
orchestra going.
I
Yeah.
literally play guitar. It's like the one instrument I actually play.
All right. Well,
Either
we'll
way,
do that.
have we
figured it out.
talked about that one comment I randomly stumbled upon on Instagram Reels about the storming of September 9th?
I did,
No, I have
yeah.
not heard about that.
It was
Wait,
like some
no, I
guys
haven't
like,
heard of it.
gun is so dumb, they
Let
can't
me-
even defend one
me-
bleacher from a storming.
Let me run down the context of this.
That one was so funny.
I was
saw you
scrolling-
posted it.
I was scrolling through Instagram Reels, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden I get this video of some account that all they do is just rank high schools. And it just so happened the high school that this was Pali. And it's like ranking the football team for Pali. It goes through and it's like, okay, 8 out of 10 on the stadium, 7 out of 10 for the players, stuff like that. Overall, 8.5, something like that. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly. Open the comments. Top comment is somebody from Pali. I think that person is Pali 2025. So my grade says, at least we're not gun. Imagine getting stormed and not being the one to not being able to defend one set of
Okay,
bleachers.
guys, I don't know if this is true, but like, people didn't call it a storming really until after I started calling it the storming of September 9th. I kind of coined the
Yeah,
term.
it's so true, Beck.
I
It's
think
so
you're
true,
actually
Beck. You should
right
sue
when
that
you
guy.
say that.
I think
should
you might
sue
be
that guy.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you technically made the. Actually,
I mean, it
when was
also
that
goes
comment
really well. The
posted?
storming of September
Was it
9th.
posted before or it was posted a week, basically a week ago?
Yeah, no, you probably saw it on InFocus.
So that was after your thing about the storming of September 9th.
Yeah.
Your segment on InFocus News. So of course it has to be related to you. You coined the term storming.
Now wait, wasn't there more beyond that, or was that a different Instagram
Oh, no.
post?
No, it was this. There were replies to his comment, where somebody replied, "Yeah, isn't the gun suicide rate like 100% or something shit ton of it?" And somebody else replied to that guy and said, "Yeah, bro, there's something up. There's been like 3 mass suicides."
Okay, well, you
That's
didn't bring
very
that up,
dark.
Aiden. Thanks
You
a
know,
lot.
we were kind of just joking about the storming, and then
You were
you guys-
joking the vibe, and now you bring up
Yo, I just
suicide.
saw why is there a female Nikola emo? What the hell?
Yeah.
How long has that been a thing?
Can I see the full image?
Where
Who
is
has
that
the
from?
full image?
Who,
It's Uri.
who made that?
I swear Uri made that.
Yeah,
Why did you make that?
Or can you send me the full image, please?
yeah.
Why did you
Once I'm
make
done
that,
using it
Uri?
to edge.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Because
Okay.
that's what I was gonna use.
but-
Or just clean it up before you're done.
Jesus
But Beck,
Christ.
did you call storming of September? Did you call it storming in the video news
I
package for
did.
Focus?
When I said like, I wore the shirt, the storming of September 9th.
Actually,
And I said when
what
guns
inspired you?
or when Passion stormed the gun stands.
yeah. What inspired you to originally call it the storming?
So there's like a title that I like where it's like kind of like rhymes in like the first letter.
You mean alliteration?
Alliteration.
Yeah, alliteration. You know, I'm a big alliteration fan.
Yeah, because you know what it's called.
I got a lot of good ones.
Yeah, Beck is a. So
Jesus
have you ever
Christ.
talked to Beck and he needs like an analogy for something or like some sort of euphemism? He always says, "Don't worry, guys, I got this because I'm got it, Gary."
I'm got it, Gary. Guys, they call me Lion Larry. They call me Truck Tommy, guys.
It's very,
I am
it's very impressive how many of
We
these
have
he
a
can come
long
up with.
list.
I am
going.
fighting. Such a severe fever
Endurance
right
Eddie,
now. That was not the time
Dexterity
for
Derek.
Of course, the ones that are better are when it's more of the word, right? Like dexterity, Derek is a little bit
Yeah.
better because there's a couple more syllables that rhyme and like kind of fit together. But
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
true.
Well, that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so let's get into what we're watching. Because I want to get Nikola before he dies, talk about Adventure Time, please.
Great. I have 2
Oh,
things to talk about.
Aiden,
I'll
that's not-
save the best for last.
It's not just Adventure Time. It's
No.
Adventure Time stakes.
Yeah, and do you know what happens in stakes?
What happens in
I'm
stakes,
gonna leave.
Aiden?
No, let's leave the viewers in suspense. Let's leave them. Let's leave the
okay.
viewers in suspense for when we reach that peak. I'm gonna save that for last.
Oh, wow.
First
Okay,
thing
talk about it.
is the most recent thing I watched. I watched a video documentary on YouTube called "Making Sense of the End of Evangelion."
Okay, well,
I also
is-
have seen this video. It's a very good explanation.
Very fire video analysis on.
It's basically on how like
Evangelion.
the sequels were made because people misinterpreted the original series.
Yeah,
very
literally,
cool
yeah.
of them.
And it was great. Another thing I watched is I watched like 5 episodes of the Grand Tour.
But wait,
The series
Nikola,
is
is that how
yeah.
long is that? Is that a quarter of a season?
Well, funny you mentioned that because here is how it works. The first 3 seasons have around 12 to 14 episodes. The ending of the third season, I mean, last episode of the third season is where they basically say this is going to be the end of the show as we know it, and from then on they're only going to be doing specials. They're not going to do like the kind of like Top Gear style stuff. So it's just specials where it's like basically like an hour and a half of just them of like uncut of them just basically on a mission. For example, the ones I have watched, I won't give you a summary, but I'll just give you like the general premise of them. The first season 4 is 4 episodes long, and it consists of Seamen, which is basically it's the name of Seamen, and that's come from a joke because one of the guys' boats was
It's what from a joke?
It edges from one of the jokes that this guy's boat comes from Malibu, and they're like, oh, somebody probably filmed porn on that boat.
Great.
So that was the entire premise of that episode. Is basically what if they did boats instead of cars, and they have to make it from Cambodia to outside of Vietnam
I heard they had a holiday
on
there.
only boats. Number 2 was called A Massive Hunt. This one is
What?
a massive hunt. Yes, a massive hunt. This one is basically I think they start in like South Africa maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking for the long lost treasure of this one pirate who buried this like 60-foot tall golden cross studded with rubies worth like 100 million pounds. And
This was about cars, isn't it?
and they have to go across Madagascar in what is the worst roads in the world. Madagascar has the worst roads in the world. So they had to find, basically in Ascars.
Why does it have the worst roads in the world?
They literally just don't have roads. Half the roads are just like pits.
Great.
Or just like rocky passes.
Great.
Then we get to the COVID episode. So this one is called Lockdown, but it's like spelled like Loch Ness because that's like the area they're in.
Like the monster.
It's called Lockdown. That's basically where they just try to set off to see why American cars from the 70s, like the Cadillacs, the Escalades, those big cars, the really big ones. Why they never took off in why they never actually took off in Britain. Why did Britain never like buy any?
Because they hate white people? I don't know.
Yeah. Then the 4th episode is called Carnet a Trio. This one is basically them just talking about why French cars are so weird. Now we're on season 5. Season 5 is so far 2 episodes. It is a Scandi Flick and Eurocrash.
And
then there's going to be a 3rd one coming out soon. There's going to be a new one that comes out soon called Sand Job.
What is with these titles?
Yeah, they're oddly sexual.
They're old British guys. Well, I don't know what you expect.
Oh, okay.
So Scandi Flick is basically they're all in like kind of like motor racing cars, like rally cars basically, and they have to make it from like Norway to Sweden without leaving the Arctic Circle. And there's some funny moments like one of the guys froze the other guy's car keys, so then he froze the other guy's entire car. And then that guy, to get revenge for getting his entire car frozen, when they were on top of an entire mountain, they had these like little houses on skis that they were towing around with their cars. He basically uncoupled the guy's car from the ski and pushed him down the mountain.
And killed him.
Basically, His house was completely destroyed. It was like a miracle he survived.
Fuck.
Why was he
These
not
guys really like to
arrested?
fuck with each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they just like. And then this last one is called Eurocrash, where they're basically going from the tip of Poland to the base of Slovenia.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
1,400-mile journey, and they're doing it in the most impractical cars possible.
hear
So
me
like
out.
one person found like a truck that's also a convertible. One person found a tiny car that's like 4 feet wide. And then the last person found like a massive like Cruella de Vil style car that's just built on top of like a Prius.
Okay, hear me out though. What if they were to
We
race
did that.
across
That should be our next special.
What if
We drive across the country.
What if they did that, but they went from San Francisco to New York City, but they ran on horses, and also one of them
That's
was
Steel Ball Run.
crippled.
That's
Yeah.
just
What
Steel
if
Ball
what
Run.
if we did Steel Ball Run in real life? That sounds
That's literally
awesome.
just Steel Ball Run.
That sounds
Okay.
awesome. I want to get
Then that
powers
gets
from
into
Jesus'
the most anticipated thing, and luckily Beck's gone because now I can explain Stay.
Yay! I can help you.
So, no, I don't want to play the episode. I want to just get to there you go. Season 7, episodes 1 through I actually watched episodes 1 through 13.
Because Stakes doesn't start immediately.
Yeah.
So now you're in Adventure Time. You're off Grand Tour.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
So basically the first 3-4 episodes are basically just talking about like what's happening in the Candy Kingdom right now.
Because
Essentially.
Bubblegum is not
Yeah, because
princess
Bubblegum is no
anymore.
longer there, and like what's Bubblegum is doing and what they're doing. And then Cherry Cream Soda is like reminiscing about how Rupert guy fucking died. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
forgot top
Rupert
10
guy's
most tragic.
awesome.
Yo,
Top 10 most
I'm
tragic.
back.
No,
Oh,
leave. I need to explain.
You know
I need to
what?
explain
I
Stakes.
kept my headphones on, and then I heard, guys, Beck isn't here. Let's talk about Steak. So I had to take my headphones off, so I didn't get
Oh,
Steak
and
spoiled
run.
for me.
Yep. Then we
Yep.
have football. Football's kind of a fucked up episode. I'm not
Dude,
gonna
I love
lie.
Football, the dirt hole.
It's good, not the dirt
That is
hole, but it's kind of
definitely-
fucked up. It's kind of fucked up that football.
you
I
understanding
guess
all these
football got in the
references?
lake. So
Well,
football's
I
in the
don't.
lake.
Well, he's like in season 7. There's a lot of character
And
development
then
that
we get
happens in 3
to
seasons.
Stakes. Stakes is an 8-part
Football is literally in
miniseries.
season 3.
Yeah, where are you right now, Beck? What season are you on?
Season 4.
Yeah, near the end of
Right.
season 4.
So I'm basically double where you are.
Wait, so
Yeah,
you aren't
but
even
also-
at Stakes yet. You were just talking about a random episode.
No, I'm past Stakes.
Oh,
No,
cool.
he's talking about Stakes now.
Someone
He
has
just
to
started
describe
on Stakes.
Stakes to me or the audience because we can't just say Stakes. Someone
We
drive
can
it,
just
please.
stay.
Stakes.
People know what Stakes is.
Stakes is an 8-episode miniseries that goes over Marceline, some of her
Marceline's backstory
and vampires.
and the attempt to kill vampires.
Yeah.
So each episode is them killing a different episode, and there's a certain episode called "May I Come In?" And
Wait,
I don't know
what rule does that follow? What
if you know.
what
This
must vampires
follows-
ask?
There's
May
this character named the
this-
Hierophant, and he's an old-fashioned vampire.
Yeah, he's an old-fashioned vampire, so he can't go inside homes unless invited.
Yeah.
So to protect themselves from Hierophant, Jake, turns himself into a house.
Whoa!
Bro,
I know. Top 10 twists
how do they
of all
top
time.
that? How do they top that?
And then
He turned
Aiden, you
himself
must have burst
into
into tears
not
when
even-
this happened the first time.
Of course, he turned
You're not
into
even,
a
but you're not even
house.
expecting this. You know what happens? They're all protected in the house, but then the old-timey vampire accidentally gets knocked into the house. And because he entered without permission, he dies.
I've actually seen this scene.
Yeah, because it's the one episode that you've actually watched back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna explain it. All the other episodes are just killing the other vampires though, and they're all kind of. I mean, it's all good. It's like one of the best miniseries.
Oh yeah. Okay. All the one thing that goes downhill from now is the miniseries. The miniseries
Yeah.
do get a little bit worse. They're still good, but
And then
like,
now I'm like a third of the way through the mower you mow, the mow you know.
true.
That's like the one where BMO and the guy that made BMO are like switching places.
Yeah. Oh wait. No. Oh wait. You didn't finish it, right?
No, I did not finish it yet.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not gonna spoil. The
I'm only a
twist.
third of the way through.
I'm not gonna spoil the twist then.
That they're all BMO.
No, they're not all BMO. There's only one BMO. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with BMOs. There was only one of them. He's just like a little guy.
isn't he like? Is he a guy or a girl? I can't tell if he's a twink or if he's just like feminine.
Gender neutral.
I always, well, no, because they always can refer to BMO as a he, and they always refer to football as a she. So I feel like
It's both. It's both.
I don't
Because
know.
in
I always
because in
imagine
Vegan
him.
and Cake, BMO doesn't get swapped at all. BMO is literally the same.
I kind of imagine like if BMO was a person, it would be kind of like Finn, but like a Nordic twink. You know,
I mean, no, but okay.
that's how I imagine BMO as a human.
That's
Okay.
how I imagine Nikola,
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
kind
know
of
you
what
do.
Nikola
Fucking
is.
pedophile.
Great.
a
Okay.
Nordic twink.
Well, that's my segment. I'm gonna sleep now.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Okay.
There's one more thing.
There's one more movie that
Have
you
any
watched.
of you guys
yeah.
ever heard of the film Argylle?
Oh,
Agent
oh,
Argylle.
okay, so
Argylle?
Argyle. I have not seen this movie. I've been hearing very middling reviews about this movie, saying it's stupid. The plot, it becomes kind of a parody of itself at one point. So I'm gonna need an Aiden review and a Nikola
Yeah.
review.
Okay, but
I
I
think
also
that's
you
enough.
also
saw
saw
it.
it.
And
Yeah,
let
you
me
also
show
saw
you.
it.
This is the review I've written for it.
Oh, what?
I don't know what to
What
That's
say.
ChatGPT.
Wow.
That's
Can you
Okay, so
send this
ChatGPT.
to me? I want to read
That's pure
that.
So
ChatGPT.
Beck, please read this.
Follow my
off for us.
Letterboxd at the Age.
That is pure
No,
GPT.
we're
So
not
Beck-
reading your
guys,
letterbox.
Beck
I
has a
don't know how to
letterbox.
describe how stupid this film is. Not to say it's not fun at some points. The high points are okay. I won't go over all of it, but
No, read
Why
it.
do you hate this movie? This movie was
It's
good.
not that
We'll talk.
bad. It's really not that bad.
oh my god.
So Beck, just tell us why you don't like this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, why
so,
don't you like this movie, Beck?
let me just I'll bring you through the timeline of what happens. Is I first
Sure.
see this movie. I see the
Sure.
trailer and I'm like,
Sure.
it's from the guy who brought us Kingsman. I feel like
Wow.
this could be good. But then the reviews come out and the reviews are terrible and I'm like, what happened here? And then I get the big twist spoiled for me and I'm like, ooh, okay. Maybe I'll just
By
go in.
by spoiled, you mean you saw a tweet from 2019 that explained the synopsis of the movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Which,
Because yes.
okay. So I see that and I'm like, I'll just go in like knowing this. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll see all the foreshadowing. And it could be true. It might not be true. Within the first 5 minutes, the main girl's like, I had this ice skating accident and then I wrote like all 5 of these books. It was crazy. It like all came to me right after this random ice skating accident. I wonder what happened. So
Wow.
I was immediately
Me too.
confirmed in the first 5 minutes that it was just she had amnesia.
Great.
But let me remember.
All right, do you want me to explain the plot of the
You
movie?
want to do the
Beck?
plot, and then I'll say what's bad about it, in my opinion.
And then I'll say what's not
good
bad about it.
Yeah, okay, so here's what happens in the movie. So there's this woman, her name is Ellie, and she's like, hey guys, I wrote 4 spy novels and I'm writing my 5th one. And then she gets on the train to go to her mom, and then there's this guy, Aiden, and it really confused the fuck out of me whenever they said his name.
Aiden.
It also made him really horny.
So true. And so
They're like,
the guy,
Aiden?
he's like,
no, fuck.
yeah,
No,
It's
because
on the movie.
like the main character was always like, "I love you, Aiden," and then he would be like, "Oh my god, that's so hot."
What?
Also, guys,
So
wasn't Dua Lipa in this movie?
she
Yeah,
was
she's
in
so
this
hot.
I swear, this had to be like the whole John Cena, Henry Cavill, Dua Lipa, 2 scenes. 2 scenes.
That's not 2 scenes. They're in like every John Cena. No, sorry. I literally,
Henry
except for
Cavill
Dua
is in,
Lipa,
like,
they were
half
in
the
like
movie.
Okay, but like
except for
John.
like Dua Lipa, they were in like every other freaking.
Okay,
every
like they were in
single
like that
other-
one like sitting in the back of the car scene, but I can't remember that and the intro is the only
Okay,
2 times I
okay.
remember them.
Oh my god.
Okay, but keep
Did you
explaining the
watch
plot.
this movie?
I
He
watched
just did
this
not watch the movie.
I watched it
Okay.
in Dolby Atmos.
It serves like an integral part of the final climax.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this
Continue.
woman has, yeah,
She
continue,
wrote the
explain
books, and she wrote these books, and then this spy guy shows up. He's like, hey, I'm a spy. People are trying to kill you because you can predict the future and stuff. And
Well, they
then,
weren't trying to kill her. They were just trying to kidnap her and then kill
and
her
kill her.
later. But that was after
Um,
getting the stuff she needs.
True, but they're like, "Hey, they're gonna kill you," and then she's like, "Nuh-uh, please don't do that.
No,
Let's
but
go
guess what?
find
They
this
don't
guy."
actually want to kill her because guess what? That's another twist that
We're not
happens.
there yet. We're not there yet. We
It's
have
so
like
stupid.
a
It's stupid.
we have a whole, we have a
We're
whole movie
not there
to talk
yet.
about.
Yeah,
We
but
are
still,
not
the,
there
the
yet, Beck.
entire plot falls apart even now knowing the twist.
Beck, we're not there
Then
yet.
continue
That is
and
like
get to there.
2/3 of the movie later.
You stop me.
Beck, guys, can we just mute him for the segment?
Okay, so they go and they're like, we gotta find this guy because this guy had the information, and you wrote in the book that he didn't have the information. Where is he gonna show up? She's like, I don't know. Why would I know? It's like, I don't know. Go find it. Then they find it, but he's not there. But then they find a boat and a book, and they're like, guys, we found a boat and a book. And then Bryan Cranston's like, you guys are suck. Kill them. And then they don't kill them because they're bad. And she almost steps on their head, but she doesn't. And then they go in the boat, and then they drive
Boys in the boat.
They drive the boat, and then they're in a hotel, and then Aiden's like, "Hey, I want to shoot her in the fucking head. She sucks ass. I'm gonna shoot her in the fucking head." And she's like, "Damn, he wants to kill me. He's the bad guy." So then she calls up her mom and dad. She said, "Mom and Dad, please come and help me." And then they go to London where she is, and then her dad's Bryan Cranston, and then turns out neither of them are her mom and dad, and they leave the cat, and Aiden was just joking. He didn't really want to shoot her in the head.
Yeah.
And then they
No,
go,
because-
and then we're not there yet.
Yeah.
And then they go,
I was
and then they
waiting
go
for
to
Beck's.
Samuel Jackson in Paris, in France, and then
Who's in
and
Paris?
Samuel Jackson, and then
Who's
Samuel
in Pa-
Jackson. Samuel Jackson's like, "Hey, it's me. I like watching basketball and stocks and wine. Also,
well.
your
Basketball.
Agent Argylle, the one that you've been writing about, has been your memory."
No, she's
They
Agent R.
brainwash
Kyle. Agent R. Kyle.
And then she's like, "What? I'm Argylle? No way!"
No, she's
And
like,
then-
no, that's not me.
Yeah, she says, "No, that's not me." And then it is her. And then Aiden's like, "You were this person." And then she's like, "Why didn't you tell me? It would have been so much easier if you told me." As she's freaking out, as she just found out, as if telling her earlier would have done anything. And then they go to the bad guys to get the thing, the MacGuffin, because
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston has it. And then they go, and then they're like, uh-oh. I forgot what I was talking about. I
No,
lost my.
they're at the Chamber of Secrets from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, they're
remember?
at the
Chamber
they're
of
at the Chamber of
Secrets.
Secrets.
They're at
And
the,
and the keeper of
whatever.
the
They're at
keeper,
like,
the keeper of secrets is like,
holy
I
place for
have the
Muslims.
secrets, and Argylle is like, but I'm so embarrassed. And she turns to the right while the person's looking at her. It's like we're having conversation. I turn to the right and I start talking to myself, but myself is Henry Cavill in a mirror. And then she turns back. She's like, "Oh yeah, you stupid bitch, you fucking bitch, you stupid bitch." And then
Cunt.
yeah, and then she gets the bullet, she gets the MacGuffin, and she looks at the thing, and she says, "I killed the guy that we're supposed to. We killed."
He actually works for the
Bermuda.
bad guys.
He's actually the bad guys. It was a double twist.
That's
Oh
crazy.
no!
I wonder if we'll have a whole 10-minute scene where she pretends to be a bad guy when everyone knows that she isn't actually a bad guy and she's just
then she's a
acting. That's
Yeah, We're not
crazy.
there yet. We're not there yet. So then she's a bad guy, and
Beck, I swear to
they
God.
torture Aiden, and she's like, "Fucking idiot, you're fucking idiot," and shoots him in the heart, and he dies. Except he doesn't die, and then she sends the thing to Samuel Jackson, but it doesn't work. So he knocks out Bryan Cranston again for the third time, but without killing him. And they don't kill him, and then they go, and then she skates on oil, and that's not how.
That scene was really
And
cool.
also, it was cool. But then she was like, "Aiden, don't worry. You didn't die because I shot you through this 2-inch hole in your heart."
Okay.
Where it
No,
doesn't
before we get that,
happen."
I do have one critique of the oil scene. My main issue is that they're all like, okay, we can't shoot because if
And
it
then they
sparks,
just start
everything's gonna
shooting.
explode. And then after she beats everybody, the main guy is like, okay, too late. Everybody starts shooting. But then the main character, Argylle, starts shooting. Why did she start shooting
It's
then?
so stupid. They're like, guys, we need to find a way to get out of the scene. Let's just do what we said we shouldn't do.
Great ideas, guys. Great idea. So then they go, and then they're like, "Okay, we gotta send this to Samuel Jackson." And
you
then
missed one of the best
they
scenes.
are.
The
Oh,
smoke
yeah.
scene.
Okay, the
That
smoke
scene was
where you
really
can't-
good.
It was cool, but you couldn't see anything
What's the
because
point?
they're in
It's just a
love.
bunch of cool colors flying everywhere.
That shit was hella
I do
cringe.
love
I ain't gonna
colors.
lie. I
See,
hate
all the
happy
fight
people. I
scenes
hate
are like
couples.
insanely creative, but the plot just isn't not good.
And then they
plot
go,
was
and then they
goated. I don't
send
know what you're
it to
talking about.
Samuel Jackson. But then the mom comes up and she Winter Soldiers him. Winter Soldiers her.
Wait,
and
but
then
you forgot the
she's bad
funniest
guy.
part, which is that when they're killing Aiden, we find out that background is actually the kitchen in Chicago that the mom called Argylle from in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep, that was
It was
pretty
never
good.
real. It was
Kitchen.
just a small background.
Yeah. And so then they kill the mom, but it's actually the woman from the beginning that didn't matter, but then she did
It's
matter.
great. You never mentioned her throughout your entire review of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that says a lot about the big get out of the ending.
I mean,
What do you mean?
she's
It was
talked
good.
about like a
Yeah.
couple
They
times.
alluded to it like two
Why is she
times in the
so
movie.
unimportant that you didn't even mention her?
She killed one of the main bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes, and we hadn't even seen her
Okay.
before. We saw her in like 2 seconds. Why is she considered
So?
a main character?
And
They
then
give
they
us
blow
a
up
big ending conclusion at the end.
and then they blow up the boat they're on, and then John Cena and Henry Cavill, and then the movie.
I like how
ends.
make outcome that they cut out there. So you just said Henry Cavill and John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena and Henry
They-
Cavill have implied sex, and then she finishes
What?
her book, and
No,
then
no, 'cause-
actually,
Because
then
Henry Cavill
actually-
is the woman and John Cena is the guy.
and then
Yeah.
they kiss. So therefore, Henry Cavill, John Cena, Yowie. But then the movie ends. She writes the 5th book, and it ends. And then turns out Henry Cavill's real, and he's actually Agent Argylle. And the credit scene where it's Bryan Cranston and Henry Cavill, and they're at the Kingsman, and it's a Kingsman movie the whole time.
No, and then it says Argylle
Okay.
book 1.
The movie.
True.
Yeah.
So
which
then
is-
there's gonna
and
be a
then, and then,
this
and
was
then Hitler
Argylle
comes
book
out,
1.
and then John
Oh, this
Lennon
actually
comes
took
out,
place in
and
the
he's like,
Kingsman
"Who are you?"
universe.
And he says, "I am Adolf Hitler."
He
And
didn't
it
say
cuts to
that.
black.
No,
No.
nothing could top that.
Nothing beats the
Okay, so
Adolf
why
Hitler
do you
post
hate
credit
this
scene.
movie? Because I thought it was pretty entertaining the whole way
Okay, let's
through.
hear his critiques, and I'll
Okay.
tear down each one.
First, the big twist of the movie. I thought,
Which one?
the big one, like that she had just had the
Which one?
amnesia.
Yeah, the which
That's the first big twist.
That's the
Beck. There's
first big
3 more.
twist. And I'm like, okay, I already
There's-
knew that one
There's
going
3
in.
more.
I thought, I don't know, the person I watched it with, he said he didn't guess it, but I feel like it could be very easily guessable.
Well, I mean, you knew about it
twist.
beforehand, so
Yeah,
you're
no.
gonna think it's more
Yeah,
guessable.
maybe. I don't know. Did you guys?
maybe this is
or
confirmation
Nick, what
bias.
did you think? Was it very guessable?
Oh no, Aiden already told me about that before we started watching the movie.
Okay.
But
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wasn't sure if that was real, so every time I was like, "Do you think
Yeah,
the cat's
We were all
Argylle?
like, "Is it
Do you
the
think
cat? Is
do you
it
think it's the s-
Argylle?
do you
Or
think
is it a mysterious third entity?"
Yeah.
Mysterious third entity.
Is it the woman with amnesia, a cat, or some unknown person?
Some random
Some
person's gonna
unknown
show up in the
third
third
entity.
act. Be like, I'm
Here's-
Agent
here-
Argylle.
here was also our thing. We're trying to figure out the plot
Well,
twist.
there was.
based
That
on
was
who
the
was-
final scene of the movie.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out who was like the true bad guy based on if they were using an Apple phone, but everyone
Oh yeah,
was using
because it's an
Apple
app. Yeah,
product.
You know,
because
it's
it's
an
a-
Apple
because it's an
sponsored
Apple-
film.
it's created by Apple.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
an official Apple TV movie. So I'm like,
So everyone
okay,
can have Apple phones.
none of the villains can have any
Apple.
Apple products. So
Yeah.
who do we think it is? And we're like, okay, the daughter. I mean, Argylle used used a laptop, like a laptop
Use
and
the
desktop,
iPhone.
yeah, to write the book.
But here's the thing: the mom FaceTimed the
FaceTime.
daughter on her MacBook, and she used the neighbor's iPhone. So she never actually personally. And all of the
That's how you
villains,
picked out the twist.
and all of the villains in the area, the fucking underground tanker, they didn't use any Apple products. They were all just like nondescript monitors.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is this like a
But
like,
whatever basketball guy was the guy who's really into basketball and
Jackson.
stock
Samuel
trading. Yeah,
Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. I completely
Who was
blanked on his
named
name.
Argyle? He was named
Yeah,
no, he was
so-
what was he named?
No, he's named after
He was
No,
some CIA operative.
He's named after
Yeah,
the
what's the
cat.
cat's name?
I don't remember the cat's name.
Yeah.
Augie-
The
Yeah,
shitting cat.
Augie.
Yeah,
I mean,
ugly.
how hard is this Apple rule enforced? I
I
don't
don't
like-
know.
It's like like it's pretty much like if they use an Apple phone, they're not a villain.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's kind of interesting because like
I mean,
I don't
just
know, I
look at-
feel like
look
I
at
see-
No.
definitely-
I need to talk about more of my criticisms. Second,
Alright,
fine.
I really hated the Argylle like being evil twist. That
Why?
added nothing to it.
But that was
It added
fun. No, it
nothing
was
to the
fun
film, in
though.
my opinion.
It was it actually did though. It added some tension.
What
Yeah.
tension, bro?
Because what if
that
it's
she was a
actually supposed to be
double-crosser.
following
No
Aiden the
shit.
entire
No
time?
one believed that. I don't know a single person who would see that and be like, maybe she's the bad guy of the movie. That's
I did.
great.
I'm like, oh my god, Aiden's the main character, and then Aiden died. So I'm like, oh my god, it was the cat.
Okay,
It was the
But, like,
cat.
they go so long on her being like, you know what, guys, I'm a bad guy. Like 10 minutes, and you can guess it. Like the scene has no tension because you just know that she didn't shoot the guy and that she didn't lead them
But
to
he
him.
did, literally did.
Okay, and then the fucking heart thing. So guys, no. Let me talk about the scene.
The heart
So
thing-
it's like,
the heart
guys,
thing's
it's like-
great. They allude to
The
it like
heart
4
thing's
times.
actually
No,
really
no.
smart. That's
Okay,
actually a
guys,
really
guys.
good idea.
Oh, there-
Yeah, this
It's
is
really
it's
creative.
literally a JoJo thing.
Listen,
If
it's
It's
anything,
really creative.
guys,
if it's comparable to a JoJo thing.
Aiden is talking about like the girl and like you have your past lives, you know, like this
Not me,
random tech
not the other
person,
one.
this random person, tech person that's in your books. She was real. And the woman's like, you know what? I wanted to bring her back in book 6. Some random fan emailed me saying, you could bring her back with this fucking 2 inches in the heart thing, and I'm like, bro, it's just the woman who survived.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but no, it's supposed to be like a big twist. It's like the problem is like every single twist is the most
Wait.
predictable thing ever.
That's called
Wait, no.
alluding. That's called foreshadowing, Beck.
Foreshadowing is so obvious. It's annoying.
No, it's not.
Beck, have
It's
you
very
watched the
subtle
movie?
foreshadowing.
I have, and
I have
they have done it.
I have a
They've done
question.
them so much better. Yeah.
You said the heart thing. Are you saying that like if someone shoots you,
There's a
but
2-inch
does it-
gap in your heart that you can be shot in for some reason.
you
Because
can just
there's
be
no
I don't
major
think it's
arteries.
real.
No, it's kind of, but not really.
Okay.
Kind
I don't
and
think
then-
that I feel like if a bullet goes in you, you're dead. No.
No, not exactly.
It's
It's,
a bit.
it's like really
thing.
much. If
Okay.
it hits like, there's a reason why people in pop culture survive bullets so much, and people in real life can survive bullet wounds because it has to hit a vital spot.
Yeah.
Okay, but guys, let's talk
Yeah.
about the ending. So,
Yeah.
they blow up the ship. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
we go and they're like announcing the book, and it's like they're like, you know what? This
inside
woman,
you
she
there are
turned-
two
she's
wolves.
gonna be
One is
Steve
Henry
Jobs.
Cavill. One is John Lennon, and they start smooching.
Okay, so
Wow.
the author's like, you know what? This girl, she's gonna be Steve Jobs, the woman that we've only seen on screen now, like for the 3rd time. No reason why you need to give that big of a backstory.
Because it's an Apple movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then
She's the founder of Steve Jobs.
And then
She's
we
found
have the
it.
Henry
She's the mother
Cavill
of Steve
twist.
Jobs. They're even the same
Which-
ethnicity and everything.
I don't know what this is supposed to mean. I think it was like, you know what? We need a funny bit to end the movie on. What if we just have
It wasn't a funny bit. It
No,
was
no,
a plot twist. Beck.
like a plot twist to like, like end on like, oh, there's gonna be more. Look, it's Henry Cavill. And
No, that was the
the-
Kingsman post-credit scene. Henry Cavill was just like,
post-credit scene. So I'm like, oh wait, there is a post-credit scene. I didn't expect there to be one. I look at it, it says the Kingsman. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
great.
They're tying it in with fucking Kingsman.
Beck has just never
And then he
watched
goes
the
in and
movie
he's
before.
like, my name's Argylle, and then the guy hands him a gun, and it's like, guys, this Argylle book 1. Was this Argylle book 1? Are they making a movie called Argylle book 1? Are they making a book called Argylle book 1? Is Argylle real now? Is this just a retelling of this book in the fictional story
Bro,
of
Beck,
Argylle?
it ain't that deep.
Yeah, I know.
Beck, it
doesn't
ain't
need
that
to be that
deep.
deep. It
Beck is going mental.
You're making it. It's like
Okay,
Rocket
guys,
Ring
guys,
Pop all over
I think I have the
again.
perfect.
No, but that was
solution.
justified. That was
Okay, yeah,
justified.
that's true.
I need to end this.
I have
Talking
the
of
perfect-
which,
I'm gonna end this on some
Talking of
positive
which-
notes. Guys, positive
no, ending
notes.
this on a positive note. You know what we did after the movie? We rocked our motherfucking ring pops.
Oh, we so did.
Okay.
We so did. I brought some ring pops and we freaking rocked that shit.
Did you
we
do
were
the
s-
step list I gave you?
We
No,
did.
did you?
We did the 2015 advert step list. So
Mm.
The three
Did
steps.
Did you
GPT is not
incorporate
good
into
at-
into a conversation?
No, well, I'll do that next time.
Okay,
Next
Beck,
time I go
continue.
out to the movie.
Mm. But yeah, I think the fight scenes were really good. I really liked them. They had good music playing during all of it. I kind of like the
I
first.
think I have.
Then the first scene, they literally just keep swapping between Aiden and Henry Cavill, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
during the fight, and I thought that was really cool, like all the timing of it. So
Yeah,
it had
I
good fight
think
scenes. If you want good fight scenes, watch this movie.
I'm gonna say I have the perfect solution for all of this discord. Let's just say.
Hmm.
Oh,
So
wow.
Discord.
this is
Discord.
kind of the Adventure Time type of thing where like Beck wants something to be really deeper
What?
than he needs to be, and like
No, I didn't.
I think like it's,
get into that later. I get to get into that later.
I didn't need this to be deep. I needed it to not
I
be
think-
stupid.
I think Aiden and Nikola just appreciated the dumb fun, where Beck was just critiquing way too hard into this movie. Because obviously this
If I was
movie sounds.
watching it with them, I would have fun like laughing with them about it, but I don't know. I went in there and I kind of went in going too serious, I think. That might have been my problem.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about the movie is that how she feels like a different character, and it doesn't help that she looks like a different person.
With the
cut
blonde.
out.
The second
Wait,
half where she turns
yeah.
turns
Yeah,
into
no,
a blonde
I
woman.
don't like the character.
Yeah, she was much harder in the MILF form, as Aiden would
True.
call it.
Wait, Aiden, you cut out when you said the name.
I said, well, I said true.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
But yeah, but
don't-
I didn't
like
like
the
when she
hair change.
became
That was
Dua
stupid.
Lipa.
Yeah.
But wait,
It
why
made
did
it feel
she
like a
be
different
Dua
character.
Lipa? She's not Dua Lipa in the story. She's Henry Cavill in the story.
Blend in.
Yeah, why didn't she dress like Henry Cavill? I guess she was dressed like Henry Cavill the whole time.
I was dressed as Henry Cavill. Think about
No,
Who is
the
it
other
dressed
guy
up
was
like
dressed
Henry?
like John
when they're
Cena.
at the Chamber of Secrets, like the woman shows up in the Dua
Yeah.
Lipa outfit, and the other guy shows
That
up
was
in
the point.
Yeah, no,
That was the
Yeah.
but
point.
they should be swapped. But not
No.
I
now.
wish.
Why would they be swapped?
Because
Why,
Why
there is
why are you guys
Argylle.
calling it the? Why are you guys calling it the Chamber of Secrets?
Because that's what they
Because I don't remember what it's
movie.
called.
It's
No,
called
I don't
the
remember what
Chamber
it's
of
called.
Really?
But
I
it's
thought you were
because
making like a
it's-
joke because that's
no,
like the
it's
same
actually
place as
called
it's
Filming
not
or
called the
something.
Chamber of Secrets, but it's just the location where the Oath Keeper lives.
The secret
Ah.
person, the
Yeah.
person that keeps the secret.
I know
That's the
this movie. I don't know if I'll watch this movie.
You do, it's a
I'm gonna
great
be
movie.
honest.
It is pretty. It is good. It does not
It's a
deserve a
good movie.
34% Rotten Tomatoes score.
What about you, Beck?
maybe.
Ignore
I
Beck.
don't know.
Beck doesn't know what he's talking about. He's never watched a movie before.
Maybe if it sits on me and I watch it again, I might think
I
differently.
wish she should shed on me. You're right, actually. Dude, you're so
I
right.
know.
I'm going to
Okay,
sleep.
I mean, also,
what are
I
we
don't
talking
think
about
does.
next?
What is the point of making it like a? What's the point of making it like in the Kingsman universe? Is
I don't
my
know.
question.
Make
I
it more
don't get
movies.
it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest. I might be a little bit more on Beck's side here. This does sound kind of stupid, a bit too
Well,
much.
it was totally stupid, but it was great. It was a great movie.
It would have been
Yeah.
a fun bad watch, but I didn't go into it with like a fun bad group, you know.
It's an action comedy. Why did you go in expecting a serious movie?
I didn't go in with the right group for
Oh my
for a
god.
fun bad film. Sorry, I kind of expected kind of a fun spy thriller.
It was a kind of fun spy
Expected
thriller.
more of a James Bond, you know.
Why did you expect a James Bond?
I don't know.
Why did
It was
you expect that?
advertised like a James Bond?
No, it wasn't. I
Okay.
watched all the
Okay, well,
advertisements
back-
that you
back-
did.
Oh,
Nicola's
God.
officially out of the picture right now. So
Fine,
we
you and me
disconnect him?
watched Argylle 2 together, or Argylle
No.
Book 1.
Yeah. Nikola,
So-
we're gonna disconnect you so you can go to bed.
okay, so bye bye Nicola. Bye. Okay, so watch the bareback. I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Bro, it's so mad. There's so much stuff on Hulu, and I need to get Hulu.
Yeah.
They need to
So
merge with
that's-
Disney soon.
I mean, they already kind of are owned. They're owned by Disney.
Okay, but
predominantly.
speaking of terrible mergers,
Yo, guys, 2 of my favorite conglomerates joined.
what?
Yippee!
Wait, is it-
guys, Disney bought a $1.5 billion stake in Epic Games.
Night in Disney. Oh, this is gonna go crazy.
Disney. It's gonna go crazy.
You
It's
know-
gonna be awful, but it's gonna be great.
You know, it'd be crazy, like a Disney game. It's almost like they don't have a Disney game out already. You know,
No,
like
it's because they disbanded their studio that makes games.
But wait,
They had
Aiden,
two of them, and then they're now gone.
But Aiden, what if I told you there was a Disney game?
Oh, really?
Have you ever heard of Disney Heroes Battle Arena?
What the fuck are you talking? What?
You guys
It's called. I see Disney Heroes Battle Mode.
battle mode. So recently,
Yeah.
I saw a tweet, and it was
This game got the Muppets in it.
Okay,
Holy
guys.
shit.
I saw a tweet. Luz Noceda has been added to Disney Heroes Battle Mode. So
I did see that also.
I downloaded Disney Heroes Battle Mode because I thought, hey guys, it'd be funny to like grind this game and unlock Luz and then talk about it on the podcast. Turns out
Yeah.
she's locked behind the battle pass. That's in
No.
this game.
So Beck, did you buy the
I
battle
did
pass?
not- it's $20.
No.
$20 battle pass.
Okay. So,
you watch
hold on.
Yowl House on recording
Okay.
on,
hold
on
on.
cable TV. So
I've
come on.
learned that to unlock her, you need 10 Luz Noceda chips.
No, yeah, no.
Okay.
No. The white battle chips, those are for like leveling up. The blue ones are to unlock the characters. So I learned a lot of useless game mechanics and then found out she's locked behind the battle pass. And turns out there is a free tier of the battle pass, but you need to do daily quests to unlock the quest medals. And you can only get like 11 of them a day, and you need like 50.
What is this? Is so
Tier
hyper
one.
complicated.
There's so many characters in this fucking game.
So it's a terrible mobile game. There's like so many terrible like cash grabbing mechanics in this.
Why is it so hyper complicated? Like the way to get
No, because the more complicated it is, the more people are just like, I'm just gonna spend money and like ease the grind. But like it's literally it's an auto battler where it's like you just pick 5 people, you hit like double speed and auto, and then you just like, oh, I win, I lose, and then it's just like,
Oh, so it's Raid Shadow
it's
Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends, but Disney characters.
That sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, well, so like my daily quests, I've been. So if you look at the battle pass, well, it's like I've only made it to tier 2. You need to get tier 5 is when you start getting the blue medals you can actually unlock.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh wow.
I'm not putting like more of my time into this. And when you were like playing Power Wash Simulator and we were doing Smash Brothers, I was on my phone that entire time auto battling to try to unlock this. But yeah, no, it was sad. I did not end up paying $20 or grinding this game to unlock it.
I want to say this quick thing. It's like a recent thing that I heard about yesterday. You guys haven't seen it or anything, but it's kind of interesting. So we know what Game of Thrones is, and so they had the little prequel I've talked about before. It's called House of the Dragon, and so recently I found out that they're doing another prequel about the same family they're doing this prequel about, but it's even earlier. It's how kind of the family got their power. So what's really interesting...
is it the Knights of the Old Republic to the prequels? Or it's like
yeah, it kind of, because like in the main Game of Thrones story, this family has been out of power and there's only like one character left of like that family. So this prequel, the one that I've talked about, that's called House of the Dragon. That one kind of like showed them in their prime, and it tells the story of how they lost their dragons and how they had like a family civil war. And so this is kind of like in the middle of their history. We're getting a prequel that's more about their family, but the later part of their history. And now we're getting another prequel that's kind of the origin of their history. So they're really, it's not they're really kind of expanding this family out into different TV shows, and because like this is their flagship family of the franchise, so they're getting multiple different TV show spin-offs just on this one family,
Mm.
and so it's going to be very interesting because I've been seeing a lot of people because like the main guy who started the family I've seen a lot of fan casts of Henry Cavill as this guy. It's like because in the image they show him as like the guy, but like hey the spin-off,
You should
but
do the entire
it's going
Argylle haircut for the entire series. I think that would work
True.
very well.
yeah. My only question is that there is drama in how they do this, like the guy got the power originally because he's like kind of the big originator of the family, but I don't know where they'll go with the story, but it is very interesting on how this family has kind of they've expanded into three. They're going to make into like three shows about it, technically about different parts in their history before like the main show started, Game of Thrones, because it's like 300 years of history of this family. So yeah, I found that interesting. One thing I want to talk about, Aiden, you could probably tell me about this.
Mhm.
Tell me about the latest update in
I want to
Coyote
kill myself.
versus
I want to kill
Acme.
I want to kill myself. It's
Guys,
basically the.
we have the funeral for Aiden the moment it's official. We have it planned
Alright.
out. We picked out a great
So
casket
tell
for
us,
you.
so tell us what happened.
3 major things came out today. 1, the people that were screening, they pitched their money, and Warner Brothers says, no, non-negotiable. $80 million for this movie we're gonna scrap, please. And people put that money in, and they said no. Second, David Zaslav has not watched the movie yet. He has not seen it.
So the guy
He is killing a
sold the
movie he's never seen. 3, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Thought we were so
Not coming
back.
out. Oh, we were so back.
Guys, we must
Now
make
it's so over.
Coyote versus Acme fan film to resurrect.
We were so back, but we're not back anymore.
It is literally
It's
the
going in
ground.
the-
Instead of ending out we're so back, it's we're so over.
We're so over. There's a smidgen of a chance that we could be so back, but we're not
You know,
so back right now. We're
we
so over.
need some
Because,
hacker to hack into the servers and steal it and leak it.
Yeah.
Because every headline I keep saying for this movie, Coyote vs. Acme, likely to be deleted and shelved.
Yeah.
Deleted and shelved. What a harsh statement. Like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just delete it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're doing.
You know, I feel like
Yeah.
we shouldn't have a tax system where this happens. You know, just
You're right.
just my personal thought. Where
Yeah, I
you-
think you're right when you say that.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, because this is manipulation, you know, of
Mhm.
like the movie system. This it's just a monstrous way of how to work with movies. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything worse in this
Speaking
industry.
of monstrous ways to deal with movies, Moana
Whoa.
2.
Moana 2.
So guys, have any of you guys heard of Atlantis 2? Milo's
I
Journey.
have you heard
No.
of literally any movie?
Okay.
Yes,
So
I've heard of Argylle.
It's a good movie.
So Atlantis 2. So Atlantis 1 was like this feature-length Disney Animation Studios movie. But then they're like,
True.
what if we make a TV show based on it? But they're like, what if we don't make a TV show based on it? But what if we
True,
take
you're
like
right.
the first 3 episodes of the show, we stuff them together, and then we release it as a movie, as a sequel. And that's what
Wow.
we're doing with Moana.
That's Moana too.
No, Moana 2, yeah. It was based on a Disney Plus series, but then they were like, let's make it into a sequel movie instead.
They are doing that.
And from history, I will say, Atlantis 2, not very good. So my hopes are not very high for Moana 2. But I heard
Can't wait.
they have the original voice cast, right?
Yeah.
But they're also still doing the live action?
Yeah.
It's crazy
yeah.
to me.
And I'm hearing that Lin-Manuel Miranda is not going to do music for Mono 2, but going to do it for the live action.
What? They're
Well, he's
well,
yeah.
he already did the music, right? Dude,
well for I don't.
I just kept thinking
know.
like they might cut the music from the live action, which would they've done stupid stuff like that before. I imagine a world where they don't understand musicals and they just cut it.
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
they
I think they'll probably keep it.
also like I don't know like if you guys noticed, but like Dwayne Johnson doesn't really have like the right body to play Maui, you know? He's not built like Maui.
Yeah.
So
No, he's
not.
not.
Like Maui.
I doubt he's gonna like, you know,
I would
lose
get-
his
I would get, like,
six-pack
a-
abs to play Maui.
I would get like a chubby Jason Momoa.
Okay, but no, literally like The Rock is like the one who
Or
like,
any
forced,
Hawaiian guy.
like The Rock is like the one that like forced people to like or like was like, guys, we need to make this live action.
Yeah, so is he? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna go through a
Is he?
transformation. You know,
Imagine he's like puts on a fat suit for the entire movie.
what is this? The fucking whale now? Or okay, yeah. Well, I think I think it'll kind of be interesting a live action Moana, but I don't know. I don't know how what because like we don't have like much of like because they're taking like the Renaissance movies and making them into like live actions, but we don't have
Lilo
much.
and Stitch right now. They're in like the 2000s.
We don't have like much. Yeah, we don't have much like precedents for like more modern Disney movies being adapted into live action that much, I think.
Yeah.
Because guys, I don't know if you remember the TV show Once Upon a Time, but
Oh, yeah.
they
I
adapted
remember that
they
it
adapted the
existed.
Frozen characters into live action.
Yeah.
And it was very, very good. I think that's when the show kind of fell off in like that season 4 area.
Yeah.
They did this really cool thing where they made Peter Pan like the villain, and that was really
I
cool.
wonder what other movie did that. I feel like
So true.
I but it was kind of weird, but there probably will be a Frozen live action anytime now. But is there because I think
oh wait, yeah,
well,
there
speaking of
also was
Disney-
like it was Frozen 2 and like Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5.
3.
We got
That was
2020
getting
they're coming out
news.
2025. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and here is something that I kind of think is kind of sad. Not Mandalorian is ending with a movie, The Mandalorian Grogu,
Yeah.
and I just feel personally this show had a great first 2 seasons, and now it had a whimpering third, and now they're going to end with a movie.
No. It had one season. It had season 2. It had 2 spin-off shows. What is the bones?
Yippee!
It had 2 spin-off shows, and then it's getting a movie.
I guess you can count Ahsoka as a spin-off, technically. That's where she started from.
Yeah. And basically
But,
it started
no,
the whole
yeah.
Raimi-verse series of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's kind of sad to see where the Mandalorian kind of became, you know?
Yeah.
Like season
It
like
became the thing
really
it sought to destroy. Because
Yeah.
what people liked about The Mandalorian was it was a standalone adventure with like basically completely original characters in the Star Wars universe. And then they brought in so much random stuff, you know?
Yeah.
True.
Because season 2, while being a really good season, also kind of meant that we have like we need to have Star Wars characters
Yeah,
in this
they
season.
added
So that means
Bo-Katan, they had Luke Skywalker coming at the end.
because my favorite episode, I think, of The Mandalorian is still the episode where we got like Bill Burr playing like the old stormtrooper, and they need to like
that one.
where they have to go into like they have to hijack like the stormtrooper place because I think that's just a cool episode. It doesn't even have Grogu or any like it has only original characters like
Yeah.
like the Bill Burr because I think he like that like a stormtrooper in decline. That was a very interesting story. Like like a guy who kind of regrets being a stormtrooper because we
It's a
got that thing with
better version of
Finn. Yeah. But I think it's just kind of sad that now they're just ending with a movie, especially since in last season of season 3, and the Pedro Pascal just did voiceover for
Only
the Mandalorian.
VO
So I don't
now.
know. Yeah. So I wonder if he's actually gonna do the movie because I feel like that would actually
I
kind
feel
of
like
be
they're
nice
gonna
if he's
pay
in
him a
the
ton
suit.
for the movie, so I think he is gonna
Yeah,
do it.
because I don't know, guys. I don't know if you know this, but he's a very, very hot commodity right now, Pedro
Yeah,
Pascal.
isn't he's? I don't know if this was fake or not, but I heard he has a role in The Wild Robot for DreamWorks,
Yeah,
which that's the movie
the
I'm really
fucking.
excited for because it's based on a book that I really liked when I was a kid.
Speaking of that,
Guys, wait, guys, I think it's a
Speaking of
really good transition.
DreamWorks, guys,
I had.
speaking of DreamWorks, I watched a whole nother movie.
Was it home?
I
No, it wasn't
watched
home.
the first 30 minutes of this, and it
Oh,
didn't
okay.
really
Can I?
hook me.
Can I?
You can
Can I
spoil
talk
it. You
about
can
it?
spoil it.
Awesome, cool.
Wait, Aiden, I have a little story I want to say to you.
Sure.
Okay.
I have another movie and a show to talk about, and I don't know what Beck and you have.
Well, I have the same
Um,
show, so
I don't really
that's
have
3
much,
movies,
but I just want to say,
or two movies in one episode.
it's something that's it's gonna disturb you a lot.
Great.
Yo, guys,
So
check off the Uri Dark documentary from your bingo cards.
I was in a class
Yeah.
and we were talking about our favorite movies and TV shows, and someone said home.
Did you tell them?
No.
Did you tell them to read the book?
No,
Why?
no, I was sitting in my seat silent. I was brooding.
Were there
You should
any
tell
funny
them
ones?
to read the book and then rethink their life choice.
Yeah, but Uri, were there any other good ones that people said?
People said someone really liked the Avatar
Airbender?
the Avatar show. Yeah, the Airbender show. And they said they were like excited for the live action, I think.
I'd like to talk about this 2 seconds. I saw a couple
Okay.
clips. I don't want to dunk on them because they're technically like kids, but the acting for the entire main cast felt terrible to me. And I
Oh,
do
yeah?
not have very high hopes for this. And also, they showed a clip of Ozai. His acting also didn't seem good. So I don't know what they're doing. I think it may be because they're acting on completely CGI sets. Because I don't.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, it's like you can't like have a child in the cold.
yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I don't know. I swear, like I want to talk about this. I started my rewatch of Avatar before the show. Like the voice acting in that one is like really good. Like it's insanely good. And then you see a clip from the new one. It's like a pale imitation that like makes you cringe.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's very
But
annoying.
wait, was the original with kids?
I don't remember. I feel like a couple of them were like 13 or like not like adults. But they were still able to do very well. I think voice acting for kids is definitely a lot easier than regular acting.
I guess. But I guess if professionally, I guess it would be. I think it because like voice acting takes a lot of like ability.
Yeah, it takes a lot of, you have to like imagine everything and all the conversations and pacing.
Yeah.
It's hard, but
was Avatar Nickelodeon?
it was Nickelodeon, yeah.
Or you know what's coming out on Nickelodeon? There's gonna be a documentary about how much of a
I was
pedophile
gonna tell you about this because it seems like you just read that book about how terrible the conditions.
I finished it. Yeah. It was a good book.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to watch this because it seems very important and like kind of interesting, but it also seems so fucked up that it's gonna be hard to watch.
Yeah. But you watched American Nightmare.
I watched the first hour and a half. I mean, I've seen like independent video documentaries about all the bad stuff that happened, but I think like a real investigation is going to be like a lot worse.
All right. Can I talk about the movie that I
Yeah,
watched?
we can talk about Orion and the Dark.
All right, Orion and the Dark.
Okay,
So
I've been hearing a lot about this because like it's
Which
a
is
Charlie Kaufman movie, and which is because he does kind of like weird, kind of interesting experimental type of movies. But you don't expect him to you wouldn't expect him to do like an animated kids movies because I only like very recently heard about it just when it came out.
Yeah. So this movie released on Netflix this month on the 2nd, I believe, or something.
Yeah.
And it's about this kid, Orion. He's scared of everything, especially the dark. And so the dark, like the embodiment concept of dark, comes to his house and he's like, loser kid, we're going to go on an adventure and we're going to make you not scared. And the opening is it's an animated movie. The style is cool. The opening has a bunch of different like drawings and stuff and some 2D animation. It's very creative at the beginning, and then it cuts to Orion as an adult
This
telling
was
his
so
daughter a
confusing to
story.
me.
No, this was the cool part.
Yeah, no, it was weird. It was very unexpected. So I thought it was. I liked
the whole
it.
so
It was. It wasn't
in the
expected.
At the point in the movie, it's like 30 minutes into this hour and a half movie, and it goes to Orion as an adult telling the story to his daughter who is afraid of the dark. So it's like, and she explains it in the movie, you're just telling me this story so that I'm not afraid of the dark. Is like trying to gaslight me. And then he keeps telling the story. But now we know it's not it's just like some guy telling a story to his daughter. And the story goes on. They show the other characters that happen at night and how they all hate the dark. And then it cuts back to the daughter a couple times. And I liked the scenes with the daughter a lot. They're really nice. And they eventually go on a walk and they go to the observatory. And when they're at the observatory, she's like, man, there's you can't see the stars because of all the buildings and stuff in New York, which is where they live. And then they build this observatory where you look at fake stars. This is so lame. And Orion's like, yeah, but I work here. But also I get it. But like at the in the story also, he's like looking at constellations and it's kind of creative. And also the daughter is named after an astronomer, and also his name is
like the belt.
Like the belt. True.
Beck,
But
would this surprise you to know that this is the guy who made this is the same guy who made I'm Thinking of Ending Things
Really?
and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Bro,
You know,
I'm
those
thinking
two.
of Ending Things. I want to talk about this because I was gonna write a Letterboxd review for it. It is a film.
they'll have like a movie.
When you like watch it for the first time, it is insanely like engaging. It's so confusing, mysterious. It's such a weird feeling that like no other film has been able to recreate. But I ended it being so confused, and then I heard one line like explaining what the movie was, and then everything kind of like clicked all together, and I'm like, this movie is a masterpiece. Because I just didn't get the one simple thing, and then everything like clicked together in my mind, and then I thought, wow, this was amazing.
Awesome. So anyway, so the daughter's telling the story. He's scared of the dark, and the daughter wants to tell a little bit of the story. And the daughter starts telling a little bit of the story, and what happens is all the other night entities are like, you know what, we're gonna wait for the sunshine because dark, you kind of suck because nighttime sucks, and light, he's cool. And so then dark kills himself. So
What?
dark kills himself. Yeah, dark sits there and waits for light to come, and he dies.
I thought this was a kids movie.
Yeah, it's a kids movie, and
It
also it talks
is.
about existentialism and nihilism and death.
Yeah,
It's
and
a pretty-
like,
it's-
you will destroy the
it's-
fundamental fabric of the universe if dark dies.
It's pretty mature for a children's movie. Although I think that I liked it that. But then at this point in the story, the dad kind of runs out of ideas, so the daughter like takes the helms and puts herself in the story, and then they go and get Dark back. And then they save Dark, and then they save Dark, and then the story ends. But then actually, because now like bring the kid back home, and they're like, "Thank you. Now you're not afraid of the dark and not afraid of Esme." What a good story! And then this is my favorite part of the movie, which I think they should have lingered on a lot more. Is now in the story, the daughter of the guy is in the story. She's the same age as him, and they're like, "Okay, now what? You're supposed to be in New York." Mom, Dad, there's this girl here. She's my friend. Her parents dropped her off here. We need to get her home. Shoot. So then they're just trying to figure out how to get her home. And it's just
That's funny.
It's just silly.
It's pretty
And
funny.
then And then this alien guy comes in. He's like, "I'm from the future, and we're gonna bring you back, but we gotta fight these monsters." And alien, what? And then it cuts to the daughter telling her son the story in the future, and he made the ending with the aliens. So it's like a 3-generational kind of story thing.
I should have finished this movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I can't.
Sounds good.
I cannot imagine how the same guy who wrote "I'm Thinking of Ending Things" made this movie.
And Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
I have not
and Being
seen
John
that one.
Malkovich, and Adaption. Good movies.
Yeah, but this
I'm
one
Thinking of Ending
pretty
Things is
good.
also
I
not
enjoy it.
good.
I thought
I
this
mean,
one
yeah.
was pretty good.
And do you think it worked? It worked well in this medium of animation. You know, because
Yeah.
this guy doesn't do animation usually.
I think that darkness should have not been. I think he should have been portrayed more shadowy
Yeah.
rather than him as like
in
an
the
actual
first time we
thing.
meet him, he's so shadowy, and you can never like make out where his body starts.
I think that's how he should have been the whole movie. But he has like a physical, real body.
Yeah. Okay. It sounds like a good time, and I think a kid would probably like it. I think anyone.
I
Sounds like
mean, I saw a bunch of reviews that were like, "This is not for kids. They wouldn't understand it."
Guys, they wouldn't understand.
Like they don't understand that the story jumps back and forth between two things.
That
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. People very much
I
underestimate.
think people underestimate
kids.
what kids think.
Literally,
Yeah, I mean, that's
they're
why
like,
movies are bad.
like a slightly scary thing. They're like, guys, this is not made for kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds good, and so I'll probably recommend that. That sounds awesome.
Great. Can I go into mine,
what-
and then you can. Oh,
Yeah.
what do you have stuff?
I'm thinking, and I don't, but I was
You
looking
didn't
on
watch
Instagram.
anything? Dang.
Beck, I'm watching rewatching Abbott Elementary because the new season's coming out,
yeah.
so that's kind of interesting. But Beck, who just followed me on Instagram?
Who?
Followed, let's see, it's someone you know, Piper's Awesome Adventure.
Whoa.
Instagram.
I think that's because she's doing a big, what's it called, van life thing. So cool.
So yeah,
be
Beck's
posting
sister is
stuff.
doing van life.
Yeah,
so-
she was
I
on
don't
the
know what that
podcast.
means.
It's like she
Yeah,
lives out
check
of a
out Sean.
van and then drives places.
That sounds terrible.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like she has fun with it for some reason.
Yeah, Beck, I love how last episode you were all like, she has a social life. You go, and then we called her, she's at Popeyes. Popeyes.
Popeyes.
But guys, there's a Popeyes. They love that chicken from
Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Okay,
True.
but let's see if I'm thinking if I have anything else. Okay, Beck, you can go.
Guys, wait, Uri, talk for like 2 seconds.
Aiden.
Yeah,
I
what's up?
mean, Aiden from Argylle. I mean, Aiden, you kind of confused me. Every time you were talking about Aiden, I kept thinking like, did Aiden say that? No. Okay, it's in the movie.
That's what I'm saying. It was confusing for me. It was confusing for me.
It was very confusing for me. I was like, wait, Aiden. Oh, okay,
No,
right,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
But guys,
There.
But guys.
this is my desert, my Arrakis, my Dune.
Did you finish Dune?
I watched Dune, and the line hits so hard when they say the title of the movie in the movie. And keep in mind, this is from a guy who is like I think a snake, and he's like standing like 12 feet tall, and he like bathes in like some. This movie is so weird, and I love every part of it. Like,
Really?
They have so much like
So-
weirdo stuff in this with like wizards.
So give us
and-
a. I know Dune is a very famous sci-fi book. It has like a whole like 20 books of it. I know it's influential in so many writers. It's like the Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones. So it's like space, Star Wars.
Yeah. So
Game of
Dune is a big book and 2 movies. Part 2 is coming out soon. Dune 1, basically the plot is there is this sand desert planet that has a thing called spice. Spice, basically, yeah, Aiden?
I want to watch this movie.
Oh, no, I'll give you like just basically the premise of it. I won't spoil the plot.
Great.
Basically,
Great.
there's a random desert planet and it's a desert. It's very inhospitable, but it has a thing called spice. Spice basically lets you travel between planets. It's the thing that's necessary to let you move between planets. So whoever has control of this planet, Arrakis, controls the spice production and makes money off of it. The big space emperor is like, there's this one king, what's like what would you call it? What are like the groups in Game of Thrones called? It's kind of like that. Houses. Yeah. Houses.
Houses.
There's this one house, it controls it. It controlled it for like 100 years. And then suddenly, like, the main emperor's guy is like, you guys, you have to leave. I'm giving it to these other guys. These other guys move in and they're like, okay, we need to somehow figure out how to make enough spice.
They're doing a colonial genocide?
Well, these guys are nicer. And
Oh,
they're trying to be nicer, and they're like, so we need to get the spice production going, and that's all I'll say. But this movie,
Okay.
it has a ton of cool sci-fi stuff. The like sandworm, the CGI. I think this won best CGI when it came out, and I think it was 100% deserved. The CGI in this is amazing. Like when you see the worm, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, there's a ton of cool sci-fi concepts in it. I would definitely recommend it. And
Yeah, I
I'm really
definitely want
excited
to
for
see
the
it.
sequel. The one problem is this is definitely a part 1 and a part 2 situation, because the entirety of part 1, the character is having like future visions to a character we only meet in the last 10 minutes of this movie. So it just feels like it's
Good.
building up to so much stuff and then just ends. And if I
Yeah, I
had
heard
to wait
part-
2 years, I would have been kind of pissed.
I heard part 2 is going to be built as more as like it's a follow up, but it's also a standalone more part 2 because it's more of like a war film, and
Yeah.
something like that. And I heard it's also going to be it's going to do the Oppenheimer. It's going to be in black and white and in color.
Really?
Some parts I
Hmm.
think are going to be in black and white, but because it's on the trailer. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's nice that because when I think of Beck, I don't think of, like Beck is like a guy who like I like really weird different things in film. You
I
know?
don't know this.
But
I like when people do weird stuff. Like,
yeah,
and I think Dune is like a
Yeah.
great film that has crazy concepts, and they're doing more weird stuff in the sequel, which is cool.
Yeah. I wonder if they're ever gonna make like a movie adaptation for like the second Dune book, like Dune Messiah or anything like
Yeah.
that. But, because-
Hopefully. Like,
Yeah.
no, I know stuff gets
Yeah.
really weird in later books.
Because I know that the director Denis Villeneuve, he has a very good filmography. I love a lot of his movies. Like I like
Yeah.
Prisoners, very good movie. Prisoners, I would suggest that.
One
for
thing I
anyone-
want to say is, I
Yeah?
tried to read Dune, but Dune is written in
not
a
read
lot
you.
of metaphors. It is not
Oh.
literal at all. I could not understand like anything that was happening. throughout
Dude,
the-
what is a metaphor? What is a metaphor?
I don't know. It's spoken in like rhymes. It's spoken in like weird stuff. You cannot follow this book. This is a book.
But what's it
unironically,
for?
Is best in an English class where the teacher explains to you what happens in every chapter.
But what's it for? What's a metaphor?
Oh, I get it.
What is
What
it
is a
used? Why?
metaphor? You know?
Yeah, what's it for?
I don't know, Aiden.
Mark Zuckerberg meta. I don't know.
So true.
Okay, but guys,
But
what if I told you about like, people think Dune, that's like
Arrakis.
that's like very like nerdy. What if I told you I watched
Yeah.
the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Wow.
Okay,
I thought you have seen this movie.
I
I thought
have
we've
not.
talked about this before.
really? Uri, have you seen
Someone did.
I didn't watch it.
I talked to someone about this movie, I
it? I
thought.
don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
Oh.
Okay.
So guys, I don't know if you guys watched the famous Felice Batidad from last year.
I mean, I
but
did.
I did not watch.
gave Baldur's Gate 3 my game of the year. And I was watching like the best films of 2023 from Shea Frillis, and I'm like, he was like, honorable mention D&D, very funny film. And I'm like, I should try playing that or not watching that. So it's on Prime Video. It's like I have it for free. I downloaded it for the plane ride, then I watch it, and it's very good.
Nice.
Like you get a lot more
There's-
out of it if you get the D&D references, but it's still like very fun even if you don't get them.
I think what's good about that movie, I haven't seen it, but I feel like since a lot of video games they have like a kind of like maybe a story to follow, because D&D it can be any kind of story because
Like-
like every person's experience of it is different.
Yeah. Like nothing will top the D&D story that you and your friends come up with, but I still think like they did a
Yeah.
good one here.
Yeah.
There's a really funny scene where there's a spell where it's like you can talk to a dead person, but you can only ask them 5 questions. So they like go to a graveyard and try to figure stuff out, and it's very funny.
It just
Oh.
makes me think that 2023 was a really good year for video game adaptations. Or game adaptations.
Game adaptions,
Yeah.
yeah. It goes
I mean,
a lot. They do say Baldur's Gate one time though, which is cool.
They do.
They do. They
Or
say
Wow.
like my Baldur Gate.
Baldur's Gate is the name of a city.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Wowie wow.
But yeah, it was very fun.
um,
I would recommend it. It's like a very funny comedy. They have like great actors in all the roles.
What's like the quest of the
The
movie?
quest of the movie is like, okay, there's this bard who's a thief, and you know he's already a bard, and bard is the best class in D&D, so it's already winning me over. So
Right.
he
And it's a
is
B.
like, he goes and he's like, I'm gonna steal. So my wife, she died, so I'm gonna steal this little I don't forget what it's called, like a scroll, and it allows you to bring one person back from the dead. He's like, I'm gonna go steal it, but he gets caught when stealing it. His like whole crew gets caught, and a couple of them manage to get away, and he's like, go protect my daughter while I'm in prison. But then he breaks out of prison and he goes and he's like, you know what? Thanks for keeping my daughter safe. I'm gonna go take her, go back to live my life. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to give you your daughter back and I'm going to kill you. But they escape and they're like, okay, we need to go and we need to get my daughter back. But the guy that betrayed him has teamed up with a powerful wizard. So they need to put together some kind of party of people to go and get his daughter back. So they go
Not
and
his
they
daughter
build
back.
they go and they build the party, and then they attack, and then they get the daughter back.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I cut a lot of
And-
scenes out of there, but it's still
It
very
sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it seems like kind of maybe a type of journey you would have in like your own
It's
game
like
or
kind of
something.
like a film that works best. I heard it described as something you'd put on like a party or while you're doing something else. Like
I think
it's a lot
It's-
more
it's
of
a
a
move-
just for the jokes, and like the heart is not really. Well, there is some emotion there, but it's mostly just for the funny jokes.
I think this is the type of movie series where you can have like different types of movies, but like they're each like an anthology movie where each movie is like a different quest or something. Probably
Yeah.
you don't need to follow the same characters.
Yeah,
To be different.
There's been a lot of good adaptations of D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Last thing I
What
watched,
else,
me
Beck?
and Aiden both watched. And Aiden,
True.
first give the context of your kind of vision of this show.
All right. So the other night I had a dream. I had a dream.
Do you have vision?
I had a dream, and in my dream, I dreamt of the Tekken 8 DLC pass, and here were the
Oh.
5 characters included in this. The newest Final Fantasy character, Cody from Street Fighter, Elastigirl, Other Mother from Coraline, and the main character of Helluva Boss, but there were 2 of them. I have never seen Helluva Boss when that dream happened, yet I have vivid image of this character within my mind
You
enough
guys
so that there were 2 of them. And he's a twin, so it makes sense that there's 2 of them, and I prophesized that in my
You had a
mind while I
vision
was sleeping.
of that.
Anyway,
Elva Boss.
Yeah, we both watched Helluva Boss. I watched all of season 1 and some of season 2.
Here I watched like. We can talk about all of season 1, and then I got finished episode 5 of season 2, so I only have 2
I
episodes
finished
left.
episode 2. so I'm not
Okay.
as caught up
Did
as
you
you.
want to talk about season 1?
Yeah. Okay. So remember last week how Beck said that there's no character development? 15. What do you want from this show, man?
Yeah,
It's just a funny, silly show.
Character development, but in season 2 they do try to do some backstory and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So the main characters of the show, they run an organization in the real world for money, and that's what they do. And it's
Cool.
silly.
And it's like every
Like
episode.
you didn't tell me that the voice of Invader Zim was in this show.
The voice actor of Raz from Psychonauts.
Oh my god. Beck, you didn't
Bro.
Beck, you
Guys-
didn't say that the actor for Futaba from Persona 5 was in this show.
Sorry, I only know him as Raz from Psychonauts.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I think we're learning
bro.
more throughout this podcast that Beck is an insane man
Yeah.
who should be castrated and hanged.
I
disagree.
no.
I heavily
Too much?
disagree with. But I think the
Too
best
much.
episode of season 1 was the finale. Or
Oh,
episode
really?
7, where they go to the Lust place and they sing the song.
I quite liked episode 6. I think that one was good. That's the one where they get abducted by the
Oh, that
the-
one was
by the
really.
guy.
I was surprised by how much budget they had for fight scenes in this show. Like that.
They have a
one
lot of
was
budget for
5
fight
minutes.
scenes and music videos.
Yeah, no, okay. Season 1, I can only remember like 2 songs, like the one from the finale and then the one from episode 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, in episode
But-
8, I literally learned how to put local files of songs on my Spotify just to listen to the song from that.
No, you wanted to listen to Cotton Candy? That song
Yes.
sucks.
No, it's good. It's good.
Guys, Beck's Spotify Wrapped is gonna be so fucked.
It
It's
is.
gonna be
Dude,
insane.
Mine's always messed
They're
up.
gonna be fun. Mine was Steven Universe last year, Uri.
Mine's gonna have Has Been Hotel in like the top something.
Yeah.
For January. Yeah.
But I liked episode 8 was cool. It came out recently. It was
Months ago,
supposed
yeah.
to Yeah, it was supposed to come out with the end of season 1, which came out 2 years ago. But then they were like, but it just like as like a celebrate something or other.
Mm.
And this is made by the same person who made Has Been Hotel.
It's in the same universe, but it's a little confusing. But I feel like that's Has-Been's fault rather than
Yeah.
show's
It
fault.
changed like they only stay in like one ring of hell, and then
Yeah.
there's like a
this
different
is,
ring of hell.
This
Yeah.
is a
It's-
YouTube show.
Yeah.
It's
It's
released
an
on
indie
YouTube,
animation.
yeah.
Mm,
It's doing pretty well. It's like 50 million an episode, maybe like 40.
Solid.
It's like 20 for like the more
Looking
recent
at the
ones.
newer stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I think
And,
quite
there's
good.
still the finale for season 2 that has to come out.
Yeah.
But
it's-
Has Been
there's a
Hotel
mid-
is like the better show, probably,
Way
right?
better, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I quite like Helluva Boss.
Yeah, I feel like
It is good.
season 2 I liked better. I think giving it more breathing time, where it kind of went
Yeah,
from
with the longer episodes.
13 minutes to 23 minutes. You could actually have
Yeah.
interesting character stuff.
Hmm.
1 was a really good backstory. 2 was a really good side plot. Yeah. And I still need I think we'll talk about 3 through 7 of season 2 next week when Aiden
Yep.
finishes.
True.
Cool. Does
Yeah.
anybody have anything left to say?
I mean, that's all I want. I want to talk about the best snack in the world if I can.
Pocket.
As you know,
All right.
Lay's salt and vinegar chips.
No, that's not true.
Jesus.
So this is my
Dr.
think-
Pepper flavored potato chips.
I think this is one of the best snacks. It's this guy here. Keebler cheese and peanut butter crackers.
What is this rich
Plain? I
cheese
swear
it
I only
ripoff?
see-
This goes crazy. This isn't.
We're not sponsored, by the way, so Aiden's just doing this by himself.
This is
Dude,
insane.
we need to get sponsored sometime. I'm willing to show like any product.
6
Call us.
whole crackers, cheese
What is this
crackers
rich
with
ripoff?
peanut butter. It's Keebler, like the
This is a
elf.
rich. This is just a rich ripoff.
This is the best snack.
Hey,
It's
Aiden,
salty.
Aiden,
It has
if I were to
protein.
place a root
It's-
beer on one side and those crackers on another side, which one would you pick?
I would reach across because I have a wingspan of 6 feet, and I would reach across and grab both.
Okay.
Wow.
But
you just
like,
destroyed your
imagine you are
question.
dissecting my thought experiment. What would you pick?
What kind of root beer?
The one we had for 60.
Okay, the one I like a lot.
Yeah.
Well, okay. When was the last time I had a drink?
You had to drink 2
I
hours.
know.
No, like in the hypothetical, when was the last time I had something to drink?
You're talking what thirst level are you at?
Yes.
Assume you haven't eaten all day and you haven't drank water all day.
I haven't drank water all day.
Alright,
and I
you
haven't
drank
eaten
water
all day.
at lunch and it's dinner time, so 6 hours.
6 hours without water, I would be dead, Beck. I drink
You're not
water
dead.
every.
Aiden, I have been
drink
6 hours without water.
I drink water every
First
10
minute you'll be-
minutes. I don't know.
Aiden, stop drinking water. I have to prepare for the thought experiment.
Aiden, you drank a Fanta 3 hours before.
Okay.
So
I'd probably then go for the. Well, okay. You're breaking this because this also. This gets stuck in your teeth and it's salty enough to where you need water with it because it's peanut butter and crackers and that gets
Aiden, I have a
everywhere in
better
your
idea.
mouth.
You have just eaten like
Mhm.
a gigantic steak dinner. Your entire
Okay.
stomach is full, but you
Yeah.
also drank like a gallon of water,
Yeah.
and then you have to pick which to eat, which to eat or drink. Which you
This.
pick?
This is both filling and not filling at the same time.
So is
Mm.
this your desert island snack meal?
An infinite repeating of that.
Of this.
Of that.
Maybe. These are pretty tasty. I do quite like them.
Oh wait, which would be your infinite drink?
Infinite
Water?
drink.
Okay.
I get like
If you couldn't have
like a-
water.
Milk.
I get like a
Okay, if you couldn't have milk.
like a smoothie with
Apple
different
juice?
things.
If you couldn't have apple juice. Imagine if
Do you
you
want us
had
to
Coke, Pepsi, or any other soda, except something that started with Doctor and ended with Pepper. Which would you pick?
No.
I would have a-
Guys, which
I
would
would
you
do-
pick? Because I know my
No.
choice. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm kind of a big Dr. Pepper fan.
Back
Are you a
I'm
Dr.
not.
Pepperhead? What do they call the Dr. Pepper fans?
They call us
Dr.
Dr.
Pepperheads?
Pepperhead, you know? They call
I'd
us
probably just
patience. They call us patience.
I'd probably just Isn't also Dr. Pepper just like Coke and root beer mixed together?
No,
Like
no,
I've
no,
heard
no,
that.
no. No, it's a completely original taste, and it tastes amazing.
Sure.
I'd probably just pick like a Coke.
Wow, wow, so basic, Uri.
Diet Coke probably.
Wow, even more basic.
I don't like original Coke. I like Diet or Zero.
Not even like cherry or like vanilla.
I mean they're fine, but like who
I
cares about
quite like vanilla.
it's pretty vanilla. If I was in a room, hey Beck, tell me 2 horrible people just off
Your
the top
mom.
of your head.
Okay, Bob Iger and David Zaslav.
True.
You already know one of them, so you can start a conversation.
If I was in a room with Bob Iger and David Zaslav and you, Beck, and I had 2 bullets, I would shoot you twice.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, I get why you wouldn't shoot Bob Iger. I know you two are very close friends. But Zaslav, really?
Hey, he has connections.
Yeah, connections to canceling shows.
Hey, you
Should we
don't get
end this
to-
before somebody dies?
Who's gonna die?
I think all of us potentially.
All of us, bro.
Okay,
sad.
I have a
Is
little
the sun
recommendation.
gonna come
Okay,
and
yeah,
burn
the
us away?
recommendation is eat this guy. This guy's
I
so
have a little
yummy.
recommendation.
Is
Everybody-
Aiden's cheese crackers.
Everybody
True.
go to
We
Beck's
forgot the
Letterboxd.
cheese.
I would like to go to his Letterboxd actually.
Max, tell us the audience what your Letterboxd handle is.
Bazadry, because I wanted to do Beck Lions, but I accidentally made Bazadry and I can't change it until like a year later. But I have reviewed a lot of films, and great news, the 3 Owl House specials are on Letterboxd, so I was able to give them 5 stars.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Who are you following? Can I see who you're following?
I'm following
guys.
like Shay Frillis and then 2 friends from school.
Awesome.
Guys, look at all the great things. Beck did what? Black Mirror recently?
I'm
Is
just
I'm seeing
going
recent
through,
activity.
like stuff I hadn't ranked. If you wanna see like my actual timeline, I actually very much like Letterboxd because it gives you like this where it's like the timeline of what you watched the whole year so far.
I should make one of these.
You should, and then you
Yeah.
can like post your reviews and I can read them.
Yeah.
The thing
And
is, the only reason I hadn't made a Letterboxd before was because they didn't have TV shows. They're adding that later
Do they
this
have
year.
TV?
And also they just have some random TV shows on there for some reason. Like they have Scavenger's Reign on there. Like I don't
Very
get
cool.
what the reason is for some shows on there and some not.
yeah, no, I think they should add shows. Like I probably would do that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
yeah, so but Beck, the point of Letterboxd is you can't do something like I'm ending things. You gotta do it when you just watched the movie.
I did, yeah. I did for Dungeons and Dragons. I did for Argylle. I don't think I did one for Dune. I did for a lot of them.
You know what?
I'm just trying to catch up on the backlog because there's a ton that I haven't like rated, and I just want to. I use a lot of these as like if someone says, "Hey, do you have a film recommendation?" Is I go to films, I sort by like highest rating, and then I just go down the list. Like watch like Parasite, watch Whiplash, like all these.
You know what being in the film school is like? They're all like, "So, what's your Letterboxd account?"
I know.
That's-
Like I need to
that's
get
what being-
ready for when I go to film school.
yeah.
And then everyone's just gonna immediately judge me on all my opinions. What's
Like,
my
I mean,
worst one
it's
on
kind of-
here?
There's not very in that like divisive opinion. You say, "Oh, I like Whiplash." Yeah, no fucking
Okay,
duh.
but
It was
the thing
rated
I
like
don't-
the.
I don't think people don't get mad if you overrate something. They get mad if you underrate something.
It's true.
Like my worst, I think. Yeah, I have like the lowest I've ever given anything is 1.5 stars, and that's Argylle, Wish, The Lego Movie Part 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Minions 2, Ant-Man, and Black Widow.
Ant-Man, the first one?
No, Ant-Man Quantumania.
Oh, thank God, because that one's actually good.
And did you just follow me,
Yeah.
or was that Uri?
That was
was
alright. I don't
me.
have a Letterboxd account.
Make one.
I'll make one later.
Have you
Moana.
rated anything? Oh, you rated Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Alright,
but,
guys. Remember,
all
follow
of you Celsius.
Bazadry on Letterboxd to hear my reviews and also read my very long Argylle review. Because, you know,
I gotta
if you
read
need
this.
more Argylle, I got you.
Awesome.
How much Argylle do you need?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna end this podcast with a little snippet.
You're going to do a musical number.
A little snippet of Beck's Argylle review. Second, the main girl was like sometimes evil and worked for the bad guys. I don't get what this adds to the film, and she never has to look back and maybe say I was a bad guy.
Keep in mind, I was like writing this, not checking my grammar at all with 5 minutes left in a period. Just because I wanted to get one out, because I needed my thoughts to be shared to the world.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.